Alright YouTube, welcome back to my Shogun 2 Total War Shimazu campaign, and let's pick up back where we left off. I think I have fixed the audio issue, and so this will be kind of a test episode. If my voice is now too loud and the game not loud enough, I'll do further adjustment, but I know some of you knew or noticed that my voice was too quiet in the last video. I can't do anything else with that army in this turn. Let's go make sure there's nothing that needs to be done up here in Higo. Looks like we need to take care of this general, because he has some stuff that we can do here. Let's see. Admiral, infantry leader, enable stand and fight. Wedge. Bushido arts are mastered. That would be handy. I'll take that. Die hard fighter, +2 morale for this general and his bodyguard. The campaign movement is helpful for now, so I'm going to go ahead and upgrade that a lot. I don't know whether this is really a good decision or not, but that's what I'm trying to do. I can have a new retainer. Let's see, +1 melee attack for this general and his bodyguard, or +1 to command when attacking on land. That sounds better to me. Looks like I have one more thing that I can upgrade as well. Skill points, let's see, Admiral, Poets. It'd be nice to get those Bushido arts done faster, so I might just go ahead and pick that. Alright, so our general has now been upgraded. Our men are in the process of retraining. I've had a lot of questions coming in about Shogun 2, and they're like questions such as, Air, how do I earn more money? Or what should I do to earn more money? You know, I never looked to see what this armory does for me. I haven't really touched it. +2 armor for Samurai, +2 armor for Ashigaru. That's kind of handy. I'm not sure if I want to spend my money on that at the moment or not. I have 2 excess food supplies here, so I could go ahead and upgrade one of my castles. Let's just go ahead and wait till the next turn, and then I'll take care of some buildings then. We need to finish off that Ito force that is in my province. Hopefully they don't go do any raids, because that would be kind of annoying, and it will take a while to mop up that kind of mess. These campaigns, I've actually been playing a Chosakobi campaign, or I don't know if that's how you say it, Chosakabi, yeah, I don't really know the pronouncement. I've been playing one of those. I played a little bit of Takeda campaign. Some of the campaigns are tough, and some of you are saying, oh, the AI is really not that good. Well, then you haven't played the game yet, I don't think, because the AI is putting up a stiff resistance. Now, their battlefield movements aren't always like the best, but they put up a sturdy resistance. In all of my campaigns so far. What? Quit running away, you dang coward. That's not the Bushido way to handle this. Dang jerk. Anyway, that'll get the Ito out of my land for now. That's right. Die, you scum. Alright, so now they can fertilize my crops. And this general now has an increase in rank. So let's take care of his stuff here. Looks like we have a retainer and then a couple of skill points. We have a noodle chef, which makes -5 to chance of assassination. Don't know why. But I'm going to pick this one. This one's way better. I had +1 command when defending and attacking. I'm going to go ahead and increase strategist and warrior there. Alright, so I'm going to move my general back towards Osumi, because I think Osumi's still unhappy. Let's take a look at our finances. This would be a good way to tell the state of public order, which is actually +1 now, so we're good. There's public order right there, so I don't even need to exempt them from tax. For those of you wondering about finances, this is how much is in your treasury right here. This is how much money you're going to have as far as income, and that's how much food surplus you have. Let's see, what buildings do I have in this? I have a sword school and a Yari drill yard, so I can do like Yari samurai and stuff. I'm trying to see. I think I'm going to go ahead and upgrade my castle one further in Satsuma. That's going to pretty much take all my money. I'm not really sure if that's a great plan or not. Let's go ahead and take a look at my provinces real quick, make sure there's not any, let's see, Satsuma is good to go. Yeah, I don't need to build anything in Satsuma. I'm just making sure I don't have oh yeah, I do have a damaged building here in Osumi, so that's what I was worried about. We'll get that repaired. And let's go ahead and end this turn. I'm going to let my forces recuperate a bit, and I'm going to go ahead and march on the Ito with my army that I have over there in Higo right now. But Higo is going to have to come under our control a little bit. You're not just going to want to capture a city and then just walk away. And I might want to look at a little bit of diplomacy. Unfortunately, I think it's the Shinobi or whatever they're called up there in Hizen. They are kind of at odds with me because they were allied with Sagara. So I'm not sure how that's going to go. Let's see. The clan must have military superiority or civil insight. Let's see what civil insight. Civil insight improves the rate at which chi arts are mastered. And this improves the rate at which Bushido arts are mastered. I'll just go with the military focus for now. I'm still so new to this game that I'm not really sure if I just made a mistake or not. It's winter time, so this is not a good time to march forth against the Ito. So I'll be waiting one more turn, and that'll give me an opportunity to recruit some soldiers to kind of hold the castle in my absence. But you don't want to have like too many soldiers. You can see here my clan income right now is pretty good. Every turn I get over 1,000 koku. But of course it's going to change as I recruit more units. And right there I'm just going to have some units to be guarding my castles. Let's go ahead and end this turn as well. As far as what I've noticed for income, for those of you asking like how do I get better income, from what I've seen, the best way is to improve your economic buildings. And the income in this game just seems to work at a little bit slower pace than some of the other Total War games. So if you improve those economic buildings and then capture provinces, that's the best way to boost your income, is to have those extra provinces. Because if you're just sitting around in one province hoping to build up some money in your army, it's really going to limit your ability, and I wouldn't recommend it. So I'm going to go ahead and take my army here, except for those this Ashigaru unit. I'm going to leave a couple of Ashigaru units there. Let's see what's being recruited. And a bow unit, okay. I'm going to leave a couple of Ashigaru spear units. These experienced ones, I'll leave them there. And I'll leave that Yari Samurai too. I don't really particularly need them in this case. And I'm going to start marching towards the Ito Castle, which is going to be right there over in Hyuga Province. So it looks like I got a long march to that area. I have to go back up and around, so it's going to be a number of turns, and hopefully, let's see, this is the Shoni, not Shinobi. Let's go into diplomacy and see if we can make kind of a deal with the Shoni right now, because right now they're indifferent towards me, and I really don't want them attacking Higo, and it looks like they're actually kind of becoming powerful. So we'll request a temporary alliance with them. Let's see if they agree. If not, maybe I'll offer them something. Okay, they agreed. So we'll stay allied with the Shoni for now. Eventually, I need to take over some of their provinces, but for now, I think this will be good. So I have a trade agreement with them and the military alliance, and they seem pretty powerful at the moment. You can see that they hold a couple of provinces. They hold that one. They hold Bungo and Hizen. I'm not sure if they hold these two up here, Buzan and Suku. But I know Bungo is one of the ones that I have to, Bungo, however you want to say it, I have to capture that province. So eventually I will have to go to the war with the Shoni. But for now, we can kind of use them as a means to help me out. Alright, let's go ahead and end this turn. This is basically you're going to be doing a lot of turn ending, but you do have to remember that we only have till 1580 to hold 25 provinces, including Kyoto. So that's going to be a tall order, I think. Alright, I think the campaign's going alright for me so far. Of course, I don't know. I've never played a Shogun campaign, so I don't know if I'm like way off track or what. And it seems like I don't quite have enough money to have multiple armies yet. Let's see, we have mounting unrest in Higo. I can have a new general. I think I'll go ahead and enlist this general, and then send him, or he's in Higo. Or at least, no, I hoped he was. Where is that new general I enlisted? Probably back at my castle, yes. I'm going to send him up and see if that helps with any of the unrest in Higo. Let's go into our finances. For now, what we can do, since the town is upset, and they're pretty upset, I don't want a rebellion, so I'm going to exempt them from tax until they get a little more settled in, being used to being under my control. I'm going to go ahead and construct an improved castle there as well. Alright, so we should be on track. Let's end the turn again. And I imagine the Ito are rebuilding their armies even as we speak, so it's a good thing that I'm marching on them. We don't want to give them any more time than they already have to rebuild their strength. But I have a pretty powerful army, albeit I still lack in cavalry. I'm going to wait and do some... Oh, look, there's an Ito army right in front of me. I am going to be training some Yari Cav soon, or Katana Cav. I kind of like the Yari better because it's quicker. Supposedly Katana Cav is better versus other Cav, and I think it's better in a prolonged infantry fight, but I think the Yari Cav obviously is faster and has a better charge. Let's see what the Ito have brought against me. Not enough for them to want to fight because they ran away. So I'm going to go ahead and chase them down. It looks like 3 generals, wow, and 2 Katana Samurai, so me killing all 3 of these, and let's see, this is their daimyo right here, Ito Chikahira, or however you say that. Anyway, so we're going to be killing 2 generals and the daimyo, hopefully. I'll see you on the battle map. Welcome to the battle. I have my spear units up front. I'm basically just going to use my archers to absolutely mow over the enemy resistance. My Ashigaru are going to take the brunt probably of a samurai charge, but I have my samurai not far behind. Here's the enemy samurai, which are taking a savage beating from all of my my archers. I have 5 units of archers, which is pretty much overkill, but it helps out in the campaign. Archers, bow Ashigaru are cheap and easy to maintain, and pretty deadly effective if used properly, especially from range. Of course, they're not any good from a distance. Check out enemy general here making a heroic charge against my Yari spear wall. The AI doesn't always do this, and I'm not sure exactly why they are this time. But for some of those of you who are saying the AI is not any better, they actually are. They don't typically. Now check out my archers skirmishing into the fight. That's pretty intelligent. Looks like I'm gonna have this battle over in just a second. Here's some of the enemy samurai, actually, who charge into my Yari wall. And they might actually break through because samurai tend to pwn spear units, but these guys are getting arrows fired in at them too, and it's a spear wall, so my guys are going to hold out in defense, plus it's a slightly uphill advantage that my men have there. Here's the enemy general unit, getting all hacked up. Here's the one of the enemy generals, actually. Let's continue and see if he dies. Yeah! Take that. Check out my men holding up their swords and celebrating. That's right. Excellent work. So there we dealt a massive defeat to the Ito. Of course, they had a tiny army, and so we didn't expect much different. Here's their fleeing troops being mowed down as they deserve. So anyway, I will see you back on the campaign. I have turned yet another Ito army into fertilizer. Let's go ahead and continue our march here towards their castle. I'm going to have to end the turn because I can't really do anything else. And I don't really have a whole lot else going on right now that's that important. So I'm just going to kind of keep ending turns until I get to their castle. I want to go ahead and finish this off in this video. So we're going to need to have a siege battle. Why don't you all go ahead and start thinking about what clan you want me to do next. Take a look at the clans that are under the normal difficulty. Now granted, there's a little ways to go in this campaign. Now there's an agent of the Shoni in my province. I'm not exactly sure what these guys do. Let's see. There's a Metsuke. I think that's kind of like a spy of sorts, so I'm not sure how that's going to play in. I definitely want to keep an eye on that in case they're trying to cause like an uprising or something. We may have to go to war with the Shoni whether we like it or not. Now I'm going to be suffering winter attrition for having marched in the winter, which kind of stinks, but you can look on the map. If you need to know, like if you don't know where a castle's at, you can look on the map. It'll show you the castle towns, but you can't necessarily click there. You'll notice that I can march quite a ways on the campaign map since I upgraded those things with my general. The Ito have very little defense, so we ought to be able to pretty easily take them out on the next turn. There's my guy sitting on his little stool in the cold, cold winter, just waiting for his opportunity to finish off the Ito clan. And then we'll hold 4 provinces, so still definitely a long haul until we get to 25. We need 21 more. But I think probably once you get some momentum going, it gets pretty easy to carry. But maybe not. I don't know. Maybe other clans are getting very powerful right now. So let's see. I wasn't paying attention to where my research is at right now. I want to research equal fields, which will help me get even better farms so I can continue upgrading my castles. And you don't want to upgrade your castles until you have food surpluses. Now I had food surplus. That's why I went ahead and did it. But now I do not. So I do not want to upgrade any castles because I do not have the food to support such a thing. So let's go ahead and finish off these. There's their new daimyo, Ito, and we're going to go ahead and finish these guys off. Alright, I want you to see my general speech, because this is the speech that is given before the destruction of the Ito. And this has been too long in coming, in my opinion. So this will make the second clan that has been smushed beneath the might of my Shimazu armies. Oh, I'm hoping the graphics on this game get even better, because I think I heard that CA is supposed to be patching the problem with the anti-aliasing. So I mean, you might notice like some kind of rough graphics in spots in this game, and I'm pretty sure when they fix that it'll really help out. But I mean, even still, the graphics are pretty darn good. That's right. Alright, I think we've had enough general speech. I think we've actually heard that one before. This is going to be a pretty simple matter of just getting my archers up and mowing these guys down. I don't know if I'm going to give them the dignity of actually having a sword fight, which is probably against some kind of code, but, you know, I don't really care. So I'm just going to send my troops running up. If they get tired, they can rest. It's not really a big deal, because like I said, they don't have any archers or anything like that to fight back with. Let's see what they do have. I think they had a couple of units of Katana Samurai. Here's one. There's another. There's the Samurai Retainers that come pretty much standard. And so they have 3 units of Katana Samurai, the Samurai Retainer, and the General. So actually taking these walls in a melee would be pretty ugly business if I didn't have any bows, because these Samurai can defend the walls pretty darn well in a melee fight. So that would be very dangerous indeed for me to just go charging up the walls straight into melee. I think I need to do some research too so I can get fire arrows. Those are really helpful for diminishing the morale, and you can actually set stuff on fire in siege battles too. So here's my archers though. They're going to wheel up and start dealing the business to these Ito pigs, who are now running away because they don't want to get mowed down in a hail of arrows. Understandable, but there's pretty much no avoiding it. Here comes the first volleys. Oh yeah! Get used to it, pals, because there's not a single one of you that's going to live. And if they're going to run away from the walls, I'm just going to keep just pouring in arrows. I think I'll go ahead and scale the walls with my samurai, since they're running away like a bunch of pig cowards. So if they want to act like pigs, then I'll treat them that way. I might have to rest my men for just a second though, so let's fast forward. That way we can go ahead and get this over with. I'll rest my men before they climb the wall. That way they're in the best possible fighting condition. This one unit of samurai, man, they have 4 chevrons. So these guys are tough as nails. That's awesome. Okay, once it says fresh, then we'll be ready to go right now. They're kind of winded. Okay, looks like the last couple of units are fresh now. You can see that they backed out of my bow range, so those of you thinking that the AI isn't all that smart, well, obviously they are better, because they just backed up out of my bow range rather than just sitting there and absolutely eating my arrows. But since they backed up out of bow range, you know, I have cover now for my samurai to climb the walls. But remember that some of your men die simply in the process of scaling the walls, which I think is pretty realistic, and it's kind of cool that they do that. Here's my forces scaling the wall en masse, and this is going to be an ugly battle. And see, now that their troops are coming back though, I'm going to have the cover of my arrows to help support my men's advance. So here's the enemy general charging forward. But I have arrows that are going to start, like I said, raining down on the enemy troops, and that'll help my men. Of course, I could still take some pretty severe casualties. Scaling the walls is dangerous business. Check out these horses. It's funny. It's kind of like glitching in and out of the wall. But the enemy general has already taken 9 losses. I've got 1 samurai unit up on the walls, and my others are pouring up now. Here's some of my men that fell down. You can see them down there, or getting knocked off by the Ito defenders. My men look like little ants swarming up there. It's pretty cool. Like I said, I'm going to take a lot of losses doing this, but hopefully if I just don't lose units entirely, it'll give my men some experience points, which will be handy. And plus, the enemy pretty much fights to the death. I really shouldn't have scaled these walls. I should have just stayed back and used my arrows, but I just wanted you all to see kind of what it's like, rather than me just taking the same route out of everything. These Katana Samurai right there holding their ground valiantly. Here comes some reinforcements, a full unit, and the Samurai Retainers. Okay, now their general just died, which is good news for me. It's going to have a morale effect on the remaining Ito, but, I mean, like these guys are still going to fight to the death. I may lose all of my samurai in this process, actually. I should have sent my Yari Ashigaru in first, but I didn't. I'm going to go ahead and send them up now. A lot of the enemy units are fighting to the death now. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get some arrow fire in over here. I don't know if it'll help or hurt my men, but I don't want to lose all of my samurai at this point. I've also got my Yari Ashigaru running up. I'm going to send them up the wall. The arrow fire has a pretty good arc to it, so I'm kind of thinking most of it is going to go ahead and hit the enemy samurai, so that's why I went ahead and directed that arrow fire up here, just because of the positioning, and it looks like I was correct. So that ought to help my men right there, in the face of what would be pretty tough odds otherwise. There's only 4 samurai left in that unit, 3 now. I'm going to get my Ashigaru climbing up the walls now. Oh no, what are my bows doing? I don't want the bows to come up the wall. There we go. Get my bows firing back in. Okay, I beat these units over here. I'm going to come and surround these last remaining units. There comes my arrows. So that's going to also help whittle these guys down. Because you can see here this little skull means they're fighting to the death. That's what happens when you're in a fort. And this hopefully, like I said, hopefully will give my men experience, because a lot of them will die and they'll get some kills. I'm going to cease my archer fire at this point, because I don't want to kill an unnecessary amount of my own men. Here comes my Ashigaru coming up the walls now. What's going on there? There we go. I don't think I need them, but I'll bring in extra men just in case. Here's the last Ito making a brave stand to defend their families and their lands, but they are now going to be assimilated into my clan. So I hope you've enjoyed our... Whoa, man, that dude just got stabbed right in the face right there. That was brutal. You got to rewind that. Take a look at it. So there's my guys finishing off the Ito. Hope you enjoyed that. And there's the celebration, my victorious samurai. And I will see you on the next Shimazu campaign video.